Привет, дорогие подписчики и другие зрители канала, с вами 7 Джокер Парк. Мы продолжаем проходить Broken Sword между сериями. Я, кстати говоря, вспомнил, что же здесь нужно было делать, так что проблема с Николой, считайте, уже решена. Итак, как вы помните, я принес ей корень, но она не может его разжевать, поэтому нам нужно положить конус под пресс. Сейчас поймете для чего. Он у нас сыграет роль сосуда. Положим теперь корень на пресс. Ну и теперь сами понимаете, когда корень пройдет сквозь пресс, он как бы все свои соки выльет как раз в эту кружку. Все довольно-таки просто. Ну, кружку, сосуд. Короче говоря, в наш специальный конус. Вот то, что нам было нужно. Осталось только забрать это и отдать Нико. Все довольно просто, я отлично помню этот момент. И насколько я помню, дальше там начинается какое-то просто тотальное безумие. Я думаю, мы там будем часто очень использовать подсказки, потому что... насколько я помню, там просто что-то какая-то безумная череда действий. Заметили, как конус стал более продолговатым, что ли? Насколько я помню, когда мы его поднимали, он был короче.
Here, drink this.
Oh, George, it's horrible.
Just swallow it down. Okay, try and rest now, darling. You'll need all your strength when we go after the other two stones.
Other stones? What other stones? What have you gotten me into now, Josh, about?
Patient is sounding more like her old self already.
Все-таки они смогли убраться, да, оттуда?
Nico recovered quickly from her fever. To save time, we decided to split up and look for each stone independently. Traced the pirate ketch to a remote island in the Caribbean. With the fortune he'd amassed from piracy, he'd retired to a place that was later called...
Почему у нас прервали заставку нам так? Ну ладно, прервали, фиг с ним. Давайте поговорим с этим человеком. Кто это такой? Что мы здесь делаем? Нет, вернее, я понимаю, что мы здесь делаем. Это остров Кетчи, как раз туда, куда отправился пират. С одним из камней. Нам нужно будет найти его. Так, ну что, обратит нас внимание, наконец.
Yeah, that's right. My name's George Stobart.
Похож чем-то на Лобино и...
Mr. Bronson. And of course I'm a surveyor. Why the hell else would I have a theodolite?
I don't know. Hobby, maybe?
Yeah, right. What brings you here, anyway?
I'm searching for an ancient Mayan artifact.
What is it? Some kind of jewel?
No, it's obsidian. A black stone with supposedly mystic powers.
You're nuts.
This is similar to the stone I'm looking for.
Понятно, но все-таки нам шаман отдал камень.
Because when the stones were stolen in the 17th
Вообще не было, мне кажется, смысла забирать его с собой.
The stones have been lost for 300 years?
Approximately.
And you're hoping to find them again? You're nuts. And why here?
A wise old Indian shaman told me he saw the stones in a vision.
Ha ha. That's rich. Listen, I got work to do, okay?
Look at this. An article about a total eclipse of the sun.
Oh, yeah? Listen, I don't want to be rude, but it just comes naturally. I really don't care.
Catch you later, Bronson.
Ладно. Так, чертежи, я думаю, он нам не даст взглянуть, да?
I just had to sneak a look at those plans.
Hey, get out of there.
You
Я не
know,
удивлен.
wherever I go, I hear those words. Paris, Syria, Ireland, or Spain. Makes no difference.
What do you think you're doing?
I was trying to show some interest in your project.
Ладно, понятно. Интересно, если я пойду к его камере, что-нибудь изменится? Мне кажется, он нам скажет то же самое. А? Это вот что такое? Ладно, понятно. Я думаю, без точных знаний, что нам нужно рассмотреть, мы не сможем это сделать.
I didn't want a fishing net.
Понятно. Так, если камера движется сюда, то наверняка где-то тут есть еще есть. Да, я был прав. У паренька есть лодка. Давайте поговорим с ним.
You want to buy some fish?
Nah, I don't like fish. What's your name?
Rio. It means river. What about you?
George. It means, well, it's just a name. Is it true that Captain Ketch lived around here?
That's right. That's his house up on the hill. It's a museum now.
Yeah? That's exactly what I need. Thanks, kid.
You won't get inside, you know. The old ladies close it down.
Ну, конечно, я не удивлен.
What do you know about Captain Ketch?
Just what everybody knows around here. He was a pirate and get himself hung.
No school today?
No, sir.
What about your education?
I can fish, sail, and swim. I've been looking after myself since I was 6, and I'm bilingual.
Aren't you a little overqualified for a beach bum?
Well, you know, there's a lot of competition.
Who are these old ladies you mentioned?
Miss Frost and Miss Mina Ketch.
How come the old ladies closed the museum?
It's Branson's doing. Him have the plans for redeveloping the museum. They're going to regret it, you know. The man's a crook.
Will you help me get those plans?
I don't want to go nowhere near that man. He promised to drown me when he found the fish I left in his sleeping bag.
Do you know anything about pirate treasure?
Man, that's all stories. There's no such thing as a real pirate treasure.
Do you know anything about a forthcoming eclipse?
No, but that explains why the weather's about to get real bad.
Rio, it's a beautiful day. There's no more than a whisker of cloud in the sky.
Trust the man, they're going to get real bad.
Интересно, кто он знает.
I didn't know the first thing about sailing.
Ну ладно. Давайте двигаться дальше. Поднимемся наверх, к музею. Посмотрим, что там за старушенцы и почему они не позволят нам пройти вовнутрь. Нет, я отлично понимаю, что они закрыли музей, но всегда можно сделать исключение для одного человека. Давайте поговорим с ними. Вот, кстати, то, что я видел, то, что блестело.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stobart. Would you care for tea?
No, thank you, ma'am. I don't like tea. Is that your cat?
Yes, it is.
It's Ruddles.
Do you like cats, Mr. Stobart?
Наверное, сказать лучше да.
I love them. They're so cute with their claws and their little puckered butts.
Aren't they, though?
Don't encourage him, Mina.
Can you tell me anything about Captain Ketch?
More than you can tell me about your great-great-great-great-grandfather, no doubt.
You're his descendants?
Certainly. Captain Ketch was born in Dorset, England, in the reign of King Henry VIII. His family were undistinguished farmers, but young Frederick Ketch decided to go to sea.
We have plenty of seamen in our family, Mr. Stobart.
Are you interested in history, Mr. Stobart?
Ну, допустим.
Yes, I am. You were telling me about Captain Ketch. Do go on.
Oh, yes. He sailed under Hawkins.
Jim Hawkins?
John Hawkins, one of the great traders of the Elizabethan age. In 1568, Frederick Ketch was a young man serving aboard the Jesus, Hawkins' flagship. They sailed from England to Africa and across the wide Atlantic to these islands. Ketch was never to...
Ой-ой-ой-ой. Блин, я нажал случайно и... Ну ладно.
How come Ketch never made it home?
Because the Spaniards sank the Jesus in an act of treachery.
You said Hawkins' fleet traded between Africa and the Indies. What was it they were trading?
Black men with no shirts.
You have to understand, Mr. Stobart, that this was the 16th century.
But that doesn't alter the
Понятное дело.
fact that Hawkins and Ketch were slavers and pirates.
Would it surprise you to learn that Hawkins was also a devoutly religious man?
Ну, кстати,
He
ни капли не
transported
удивлюсь.
slaves in a ship named after Jesus Christ. In my book, that makes him a hypocrite.
Ну, это как посмотреть.
What happened to Ketch? Was he killed?
Oh no, he got away and returned to this island, to this very house.
The Frederick Ketch Memorial Museum.
Is it true Frederick Ketch was a pirate?
Frederick Ketch was emphatically not a pirate.
They hanged him, you know. Down there on the beach in
Охренеть.
front of his family. Didn't bother with a trial. Just whipped him out from his breakfast table and hoisted him up in chains.
Well, if he wasn't a pirate, what did they hang him for?
Envy. Pure green-eyed envy. He had been a successful privateer, you see, and had accumulated great wealth.
As rich as a mink in a paddock.
Shut up, Mina.
Yes, Frost.
The small-minded governor and his lackeys wanted his money, trumped up some ridiculous charge about breaking the conditions of his letter of marque, and hanged him like a common thief. The blackguards!
Letter of marque?
The document that permitted him to engage and destroy the enemies of the crown. The difference between a lawful privateer and a pirate.
А, слышал о таком, да-да-да.
Sorry, Frost.
Well, why didn't Ketch just say, take a hike, guys, I've got a pirating license?
Frederick Ketch was not a pirate,
But he did show them his letter of marque.
but they destroyed it and hanged him anyway.
Да, охренеть.
I've been talking to Rio, the little fisher boy.
I'll thank you not to mention that little wretch.
Dirty little whelk. Nasty fishy boy.
That will do, Mina.
I gather you don't have much time for the little boy.
That child is a delinquent, Mr. Stobart.
Yeah, well, he's only, what, 11, maybe?
A knave with one hand on the task.
What is it about Rio that you don't like, Miss Frost?
Well, once upon a time, he and Emily...
Be quiet this instant, Mina.
What can you tell me about Emily?
Emily, what business can she be of yours?
Her parents were killed in a typhoon.
We, as her only living relatives, took it upon ourselves to raise the child.
Надеюсь, не такими же,
Good to
как
know
вы.
Charity isn't dead.
Oh, but she is. Washed overboard in the typhoon.
Mr. Stobart wasn't talking about Emily's mother. He was being sarcastic.
Секунду, мне придется немножко прервать запись. Извиняюсь, что пришлось прервать запись, но для вас, в принципе, это будет незаметно при монтаже, поэтому ничего страшного. Продолжаем.
What else can you tell me about Emily?
How dare you pry into our family in this way? I refuse to answer any more of your impertinent questions.
Окей. Так, вот что интересно. Что там
I
за...
couldn't reach the flagpole, and a bush stopped me from moving the ladder across.
Так, то есть лестницу мы не сможем, да, подвинуть никаким образом? Или сейчас нам просто скажут,
The
что...
ladder extended easily.
Да,
You
неудивительно.
there? What are you doing?
Pardon me, ladies, I was just going to climb your ladder. I'm helping Bronson.
Oh, you're not like him, are you? He's very polite, isn't he, Frost? And he has dimples when he smiles.
Ну ладно, понятно. Так, ну я думаю, зайти внутрь нам тоже не разрешат.
It was locked.
Понятно, она просто заперта. Окей.
The house is closed.
How come?
It is undergoing a refurbishment.
Refurbishment? Where are the workmen?
Preparation is half the work, young man. The intention is to prepare the museum for the new century.
The Frederick Ketch Memorial Museum. It would look nice in neon.
A museum for a pirate? There was a stone.
Они сказали, что он не пират. Да, вот именно.
Not a pirate. It's precisely this sort of vile misrepresentation that Mr. Bronson is seeking to rebalance.
Oh? How?
Mr. Bronson has kindly agreed to undertake the museum's refurbishment at a very reasonable price. He understands the importance of a sense of history.
Funny. That's not the impression I got of Bronson at all.
He also understands spherical geometry.
Mina?
Well, he does.
Listen, ma'am. I came a long way to visit this place.
If we make an exception in your case, everyone will want to get in.
Pardon me, but I didn't exactly have to fight my way through the crowds.
You're the second visitor we've had today.
No, I'm
Интересно.
sorry, but it's impossible.
Так, ладно. Невозможно, так невозможно. Может, посмотрим в окно?
The window was locked.
Так, камера сдвигается, нет? Нет, не сдвигается. Значит, это край. Возможно, вот то окно не закрыто. Так, кот? Не знаю, зачем, но... и тут есть дерево еще.
Hi, Puss. Wanna play?
Не стоило.
Hey, cat. Watch where you're putting those claws. I couldn't think of any reason to climb the tree.
Окей. Так, ладно. Давайте спустимся вниз, наверное. Возможно, у нас какие-нибудь новые появились... Ну, отвлечь Бронсона было бы здорово вообще. Наверное, все-таки нам нужно каким-то образом уговорить парня, чтобы он помог нам отвлечь Бронсона. Надеюсь, получится.
What do you think of Rio?
Fish boy? If he comes near me again, I'll throttle the little squirt.
Calm down. What's he ever done to you?
Socked me in the back of my skull with some kind of fish, that's what.
Tell me about the two old ladies.
Who? The Ketch sisters. One of them's crazy as a coot, and the other will turn you to stone if you're not careful.
What are you doing with the theodolite?
Surveying the old house. I got great plans for this place.
Oh, yeah?
You bet. Take a look around. What do you see?
Paradise.
I see opportunity. This place is ripe for development.
I like it just the way it is.
And that's where we differ. You see, Mr. Stobart, I'm what you might call a man of vision. I see a great future for Ketch's Landing, and it all starts here, with that house.
Can I take a look at your plans?
No way. What interest would they be to you, anyhow?
I've always had a secret desire to be a surveyor.
You have?
Sure. I mean, you surveyors are just like the great explorers, aren't you? Henry the Navigator, Vasco da Gama, Chris Columbus. Maybe you don't sail uncharted seas or discover new continents, but you're okay in my book.
Horseshit. You just stay away from those plans.
Черт, не получилось.
How do you survey a house like that?
I put a target reflector on the end of one of the flagpoles up there on the house. I sight on it from various locations through the theodolite, record the angles along the baseline, and triangulate them to give me the exact position of the target. Understand?
Why the end of the flagpole? Wouldn't it have been better on a corner of a wall or something?
Are you a surveyor?
No, my degree's in law.
Then shut up.
Catch you later, Bronson.
Ладно, пойдемте поговорим с парнем. Может быть, можно каким-то образом забрать у него, чтобы он поймал рыбу, допустим, и мы тогда смогли бы, например, дать рыбу коту, чтобы он отвлекся от мячика. Мне кажется, что мячик нужен будет каким-то образом Стобруту, дальше пригодится чем-то.
I think Bronson is trying to cheat those sweet, vulnerable old ladies.
That's a little unfair, isn't it?
Okay, he's trying to cheat those seriously demented, poisonous old ladies.
You have to admire his acumen.
Tell me about your friend Emily.
Why are you so interested in Emily Ketch?
Emily Ketch? A descendant of Captain Ketch, the pirate?
Yeah.
What, doesn't bother you?
Why should it? We don't responsible for our ancestors.
Есть факт.
How come the old ladies closed the museum?
It's Bronson's doing. Him have the plans for redeveloping the museum. Oh, I know all about Mr. Bronson's plans.
Давайте попробуем дать ему червяка, может быть он это поймает рыбу, на него нет?
What you got there?
I didn't think the kid would be interested in that.
Понятно. Ладно, давайте в таком случае обратимся к помощнику. Ага, окей. Давайте так и сделаем. Я помню, что это место было довольно такое тягомотное, нужно было туда-сюда что-то ходить, что-то с кем-то разговаривать постоянно.
You're really fond of that cat, aren't you?
He is our companion and our solace.
I thought about catnapping the little monster until they let me in, but it wasn't my style. Maybe there was some other way I could use their affection for the cat to get me into the house. Okay, it was time for diversionary tactics. I thought I saw a little girl down on the beach.
You must be mistaken.
He must be mistaken. Mustn't he, Frost?
I'm sure I'm not. A little girl and that young fisher boy.
What? It's not possible. What were they doing?
Oh, the kinds of things that all little boys and girls get up to at their age.
When I was a little girl, we used to play cows and milkmaids.
Woe betide you if you're lying to us, Mr. Stewart. Heaven help you.
Так, ну и что, они планируют уйти? Да, шикарно. Неужели они могут отсюда увидеть то, что там с парнем нет этой девчонки?
With a creak of ancient corsetry, the sisters sailed majestically over the distant horizon.
Ладно, давайте воспользуемся лестницей и заберемся наверх. Мне кажется, таким способом мы сможем пробраться вовнутрь. Может быть, конечно, и нет, но я на это надеюсь. Так.
Just my luck. I'd struck out again. The windows were all locked.
Понятно.
I didn't have a flag on me, so the flag...
Туда он не дотянется.
I couldn't reach the flagpole, and a bush stopped me from moving the ladder across.
Беда. Может быть, попробовать скинуть?
Nah, I didn't have the throwing strength to knock the marker off.
Может быть, этим?
Nah, I didn't have... Nah, I...
Понятно, я думаю, это плачевно. Ладно, давайте посмотрим. Охренеть. Ну, согласитесь, да, это же просто беда. Сколько всего нужно на самом деле сделать. Поэтому я помню, что я это место возненавидел. Причем тут много каких-то таких нелогичных было вещей, как мне показалось в тот раз. То есть, не знаю, ну, можно было хотя бы чем попробовать сбить. Так, ладно, нам нужно поговорить сначала с Бронсоном, насколько я понимаю. Потом только с парнем. Попросил поймать рыбу. Жуть.
Did you see the sisters go by?
Yeah, they wanted to string that Fisher brat up. Of course, I told them where to find him.
A fink as well as a creep. Nice.
but he'd managed to vanish somehow.
Catch you later, Bronson.
Так, погоди. То есть парня там уже нет. И где на таком случае поискать? Нет, он вроде здесь. Непонятно.
Did you see the weird sisters come by here?
Did I? They look madder than usual, so I hide until they're gone by.
Just as well. They thought you were playing with Emily. Boy, were they steamed.
Emily? You're madder than them.
Can you let me have a fish, kid?
I thought you say you don't like fish.
It's not for me. It's a present.
For the old ladies? Well, it makes a change from flowers and candy.
No, it's for their cat.
Okay. What do I get out of it?
I can pay you. I've got Quaramontian dollars, French francs, and traveler's checks.
You must be joking. The nearest bank is 3 islands away.
Охренеть.
Is this worm worth a fish?
Could be good bait. How did it die?
I think it drowned in tequila.
Just like my Uncle Gabriel. Yeah, I'll have that.
Офигеть.
Okay, I'll get you a fish. It might take a while though.
Это он так ловко прям... No. No. Что дальше?
There was nothing else I wanted to add. I wasn't going anywhere in that boat without Rio to sail her.
В подсказке было сказано дождаться, пока он не поймает... пока он не достанет велосипед. Обсудите все, что только можно. Просите его поймать вам рыбу, верните к Рию через некоторое время, подождите, пока он выводит велосипед. Это здорово. Наверное, означает то, что нам нужно перейти на другую локацию и вернуться снова на нее же. Ну, давайте, наверное, так и поступим, только... Время этой серии уже подошло к концу, поэтому мы сейчас дойдем до той локации, там останемся. И я постараюсь не забыть то, на чем мы остановились. Чтобы в следующей серии не тупить и долго не думать о том, что же теперь нужно делать. Время серии подошло к концу, так что не забывайте ставить пальцы вверх. Надеюсь, что вам все прохождение это очень нравится. Ждем ваших комментариев и до новых встреч. Пока-пока.